just a little over 2 weeks away from the Crash and Sane Trilogy, and we're getting the launch trailer directly at E3 of all places. But of course, that means that we have a ton of new footage to take a look through. I'm also thinking that we're going to be seeing Midnight Run, like we were told from one of the interviews earlier this month. So let's just take a look at this right now. What have we got? It's very similar to the beginning ones. Some legends. Some gameplay from all the Crash games here. We're seeing like the conversion. We've already seen Crash 1. We finally get to see a snow level of Crash 2 proper, and then Crash 3 underwater, which we haven't seen yet. Some of his idle animations. It's just all over, really. But really emphasizes how much is in this collection and what quality you're getting out of these three games, and the attention to detail especially. So we saw some Ripperoo, we got some motorcycle gameplay, of course jet ski, or jet board. I should say jet ski when there is an actual jet ski. Engine, we got Brio, Cortex from Crash 1. All this is just kind of thrown at you real quick. Of course, we got a little bit of a cutscene, it looks like. And of course, the reveal of Coco in Crash Bandicoot 1, which was leaked thanks to the trophies and other things. And, if I'm not mistaken, I think I just saw Crash perform a slide jump in the middle of Engine's boss fight, which was not possible because every, square and circle were mapped to the throw the Wumpa fruit in the middle of that boss fight. So we're going to go through that one more time just to take a look at that. Kind of, start pausing as we start seeing some important things. So they keep showing us the underwater stages, and it kind of is one to really show off. I mean, when you think about the originals, they were kind of very basic. Now you're getting a lot more detail going on, especially specifically the background. The lighting is a lot darker, so that when the explosions go off, you can really see them, like in this shot, when we're exploding the crates in Under Pressure, or is it Deep Trouble? One of the two. I think it's Deep Trouble, which is the first one. Then we have a small glimpse at Ripperoo's boss fight in Crash 2. It's a little bit hard because it's lit up. There's explosions everywhere. There's no denying that. We can kind of get a good look at this character model from this angle, but it's hard to tell with that explosion going off. But I mean, it really looks like an explosion. Like that's not like what it used to be like, which is really cool. If I'm not mistaken, at the top right, it looks like that's a Crash Bandicoot logo in the middle of all those books. So I don't know. It's a little thing to spot there. Interesting. And there's also another one at the bottom, the right corner above his ear, which is interesting. I don't know what that's about, but we couldn't really see that anyway. I'm not sure what these books are saying. We'll probably take a look at that once we can actually play the game. But there is a scene right at 31 seconds into this where Crash has just his fists out and he's doing a little fist bump, and it's just like, what is that? Like a little pump in the air. We've never seen him do that. We've never seen that kind of angle, that kind of reaction. It looks like Crash 1 in the castles. Possibly the Brio boss fight. Like if he just beat Brio, he's like, yeah. But we've never seen a cutscene from the Brio, or any cutscenes really from any boss fights. So it's just kind of cool that they added that. So it's kind of confirming there's more to this than just a simple remake. They're going to be adding more things, which we'll get to obviously with that reveal of Coco. Then we have Engine, which he's screaming a lot more. I have no idea why, because I don't think he even screams in the original. Maybe that's his reaction to when you destroy one of his parts of his mech. Maybe, but yeah, you can get a good glimpse of the space station circling Earth in the background there. This is quite a different take on that boss fight in a way, which we'll see in a second too with that slide jump. Then we have this Cortex shot, which is from Crash 2. He's holding a crystal, which he's got 25 of those to worry about, so maybe this is how he gets the crystals from, every time Crash gets one, he brings it to his whatever he's trying to power. I don't know. Maybe they'll explain it. They probably won't, but that could also be the Master Crystal, because that it does exist, and everyone forgets about that in the opening scene of Crash 2. But yeah, that's a thing. Looks far more cinematic, and so again, Crash is kind of reacting here. I don't know. Maybe they just have a good pose of him, and you just happen to be looking that way, and it just looked good for the trailer. But there's probably a little bit more to this, because I mean, if there's Crash doing that fist thing, and then going into this where it looks like there's a more of a cinematic like approach to the Cortex fight, maybe we'll be seeing a little bit more of an emphasis on the boss fights and more importance to them. Otherwise, we have Coco right here, which if you look at her laptop here, you can see that there is a Vicarious Visions logo at the very bottom right. But on top of that, more importantly, we have a little paw print there in red, which is a very subtle nod. It's hard to miss for an Easter egg towards Naughty Dog. Otherwise, the happy face on her laptop, I believe, was always there. Not sure what that heart is. I mean, it kind of looks like a Zelda heart, but I don't think it has anything to do with it. There is a triangular shape too, which roughly looks like the Triforce. Not really, but that's there. Over here, Crash can't do that in the original. It looks like he did a slide jump in order to get over the lasers, which you could not jump that laser when it was that high in the air in the original. So it looks like they're actually completing the engine boss fight, because it didn't really feel 100% complete. It honestly, I think, was one of the last things they touched up on. So I'm kind of glad for that. Also, he's got this N and G thing going on. So it's like not only is it on his chest plate there for the mech, it's also in the middle of the platforms next to some rockets. So looks like he's trying to brand himself a little bit differently now. Of course, we get one last shot of Coco trying to do the Crash dance just like Crash does, but don't see the full Coco Crash dance. But that seems we can see that in the other videos that we've seen floating around since the YouTubers were playing them at that press event. But besides that, it is pretty much a lot of the content that we've been seeing so far. We've had a few shots here and there of Crash 3. One of them that I didn't point out so far from watching it a second time and slowing down, there's one scene where Crash is invincible through an Egyptian area. That's most likely through the final level of Crash 3 right before Cortex, in which you get your invincibility there's literally a stack of 3 Aku Akus, and you're definitely guaranteed invincibility through a Nitro course through the Egyptian pyramid or tomb. But besides that, that's like the only shot that I found that was of note. Very different as far as like what we've been expecting for the past few years from the series, so I'm glad we're actually getting some content to actually worry about again. So besides this, if you want to keep subscribed, not only on my original channel, I've got a new one called Cast Coder. I'm looking to really start that up and do more stuff once the Insane Trilogy is out and finished. Of course, I've been doing lots of live streams as well, and I'm glad you guys are really enjoying those. I wasn't 100% sure how those would go down, and to my surprise, you guys are really enjoying them. So I'm going to try to do them a little bit more often. And they're also on both Twitch and YouTube. But eventually I'm going to be doing streams for non-Crash related stuff after the Insane Trilogy. So that means I need you guys to be subscribed over to Cast Coder, and we'll be uploading videos, just streaming videos, whatever it is, over there too. So hope that you guys are pumped, because of course, once the Insane Trilogy drops at midnight, basically midnight Eastern time, we're going to be playing through that game immediately, starting like the second I can hit X to load that game. So if you guys are going to be watching at that time, or want to play alongside or anything like that, be in the comments, in the chat, whatever it is, that's awesome. I'd really like if you guys took a look at the game as we play through it live, and all that will then be repurposed into a video walkthrough for anybody who's trying to platinum all 3 games. I'll be trying my best to, from what the trophy list is, it's not going to be too hard for me. But I'm going to try to get through that as fast as I can and get that with a decent quality amount of content for you guys to get platinum trophies in Crash 1, Crash 2, and of course Crash Warped. So make sure you're subscribed to both Crash Pro 3 and Cascoder, and then I will be off on the twitch.tv/Cascoder, and you can follow me on Twitter at Cascoder as well. So, like I said, do what you do on YouTube down below, and I will see you in the next video.